The colours indicate which team they are supporting.
That's a good stroke. Typical Philo Wallace stroke over the top. He's a big fellow, he's strong. And when it's up there, he likes to go after it. So finishing off the over with that boundary, 11 without loss here. And he's got height onto that. He hasn't got quite the length to carry all the way for 6, but it goes for 4.
And this is what certainly the West Indians need, because this is the 5th over and they have got enough batting sitting in the pavilion. And for the first 15 overs, with the restriction of the fielders, the West Indians would, irrespective of whom they are facing, would like to get some bat on the ball and try and pierce that inside field and score some runs. Some big hitting is needed, and at the moment, these two batsmen are doing exactly what is needed.
Indies won the match. That's a fine stroke. Really timed that beautifully. That's gone all the way. From the time it left the bat, you knew it was going to do so.
And it was clearly played too. He waited for that ball. He waited for that ball to swing, and then he played with the swing. And not only he timed it well, but he also plays it perfectly, picking up 4 runs. Good over for the West Indians. They need these runs. They need to score quickly. And on this wicket, they would look to get over 250 to put Pakistani batsmen under pressure.
It's well struck. Wasn't all that short. It'll go all the way, I think. Touch and go. Just go back inside the boundary, and they'll have time for 3. Deliberate shot over the top and well struck by Williams, hitting through the line. This is a pitch that will drive even the best fast bowlers to distraction.
And that's exactly what we are seeing here. 2 of the world's best fast bowlers bowling, and they are being treated like ordinary medium pacers. The West Indians certainly must be thinking of a score of in the region of 275 to 300. And on this wicket, one can safely say that that is attainable. With Brian Lara, Chandrapal, Carl Hooper to follow, I think that the score of 275 to 300 must be on the cards. You are restricted to bowl 10 overs, but you have to mix them. And once again, another boundary and a nicely played shot, brilliantly placed, because there was protection to Wasim Akram. West Indies 39.
And really just the kind of start Courtney Walsh would have hoped for. Both these batsmen in aggressive mood, quite prepared to hit the ball over the infield. That's 4 runs. That's nicely played. There's no man at fine leg. The man's in the circle in a catching position at leg slip. And once Stuart Williams got that fine enough, that was 4 runs for the taking.
That is the danger of not having the fine leg and having the man at leg slip. Once you tend to be bowling close to that leg stump line, you have to be pretty much unlucky as a batsman to get the ball directly to that man at leg slip, and always it's going to be 4 if it doesn't go to him, of course.
The West Indian 50 coming in very, very good time. Just under 6 runs per over, the scoring rate. And with this shot, it should be around 6 runs per over. Again taking the aerial route, Williams, and getting another boundary on the onside.
The ball by Wasim Akram, though, it seemed to be a slightly slow delivery. I think that's why Philo Wallace didn't time it as well as he would have liked.
Driven and in the gap. The fielder at short extra cover just got a hand to it in Zamam. But 3 more runs to the West Indies. That was very firmly struck by Stuart Williams.
His fielding is very close in at short extra cover, and that was powerfully hit.
4 more. He's placed that well too. Very quick to pounce on that short delivery from Wasim Akram. So even though there was a man at deep square leg, he had no chance.
And seeing how well West Indies have played, how fairly comfortable it's been for them to score at 5 and over. But just better thought yesterday, both England and India didn't find a problem scoring at about 5s. Well, there's another chance. I think it could be saved. That's going to be a difficult catch for Inzi. Oh, brilliant! Outstanding! Absolutely fantastic catch. I didn't back him. I backed the ball there. I think he realised he had to make amends. He dropped that little cuckoo, which was an easy catch, and now he's caught an absolute blinder. I mean, this is a very difficult catch. Leading edge, trying to hit with the spin, and he gets a sort of outside edge, running backwards over his shoulder, gets himself in a great position though, hands above his eyes. Terrific performance, well done. 81 for 1.
And the man himself, Brian Lara, coming to fill the breach. But it's going to be Williams who'll be facing the batsman having crossed over, and Saqlain is the bowler. That brings Lara to face the first ball, and it's 82 for 1.
Is to keep it simple. I think he's an exceptionally gifted young man with a wonderful repertoire of shots, wide range of shot play he's capable of. I think the danger is that when you hit a lean spell like him, that you tend to try and go for the big ones. Bowled. Beautifully bowled. No, you can't have that. It was too good a ball. It was an absolute beauty. Good decision from Cyril Mitchley. Wasn't influenced by the appealing from Azam Mahmood. Watch his ball cut away. It really cut away. Great line to bowl at him. I think a good line to bowl at Lara is about leg and middle stumps and make it cut away from him. It tucks him up a little bit, doesn't let him free his arms for those brilliant offside shots.
And what a first delivery to receive for Brian Lara. Beautiful delivery, and so and it's up in the air, and he's dropped. Oh, what an easy catch. And this time it's Akram who's let it go.
Well, Azam Mahmood deserved a wicket. He's bowled beautifully the last couple of overs, and that was a dolly catch if ever there was one. I think he set himself too soon, Wasim Akram. He got down there, look. He was far too early, getting down on his knees, waiting for the ball. Almost got himself set. And he was there too early, waiting, and then when the ball came, his timing of hands to ball weren't quite right.
So Pakistan's fielding today has not been very spectacular.
Qasim Noorani there, the chief executive of CBFS.
Wide. Well, he struck that pretty well, and a despairing dive by Wasim Akram in at that short extra cover position. The ball is following him around, but you really couldn't expect him to cling on to that. 117. Shahid Afridi continues. We're just going to name the famous ones. We're not going to worry with the scoundrels who were also born on that date. Oh, that's a lovely hit. Lovely clean hit by Lara. So after that difficult period for the West Indies, they just now seem to be picking up the momentum once more. Beautiful shot.
Yes, it is. Beautiful, isn't it? where once again the Pakistani fielding letting the team down.
That's a fine shot. The placement was perfect. So was the timing, although not quite reached there. They'll come back for 3. Lovely shot by Williams. So after that little difficult period through which he went earlier, he's now beginning to find his strokes again.
He has
to get in the region of 300 runs.
Well, that's a big hit. And it is a big hit. Second 6 for Lara. Effortlessly struck over the deep mid-wicket boundary. Catch it! Caught by Wasim Akram this time. Looking to hit the ball inside out. Stuart Williams over extra cover. Only managed to find the Pakistan captain. West Indies lose their second wicket.
Well, that is what the Pakistanis were looking for. They needed to take a wicket, and this time Stuart Williams, having gotten a couple of chances earlier on, giving them that wicket. Wasim Akram, as you notice, with shades on at this stage. It's 160 for 2.
Both these players good runners between the wickets, and immediately Lara putting pressure on the outfielder. This is a big hit from Lara. That's a cracking shot. Third 6 of the innings, and again that was hit pretty effortlessly.
It certainly was. Even the Pakistani supporters really appreciate that shot. Just played through the line of the ball, Brian Lara. No effort whatsoever. Look at this.
Well, just an extension of the arms, extension of the follow-through, and extension of the length of the ball that reached past the boundary line. Terrific shot. Is raced away to 48. Just 44 balls. He's the kind of class player who can take the game away from an opposition if he stays long enough. The stick the last couple of months. That smashed off the back foot in the gap as well. Chase for the man from long off. Good piece of fielding there on the boundary by Afridi, but that cannot stop Brian Lara from reaching his half century. A top-class effort. 3 sixes, 2 boundaries, and it's come in very good time.
Doesn't disappear.
Delicately done, delicately done. But I was going to have a hard time trying to stop it. Well, he can't do it. He might have damaged the boards, but he hasn't been able to get the ball back in. That's very delicately and very nicely played.
Well, this is a delicate shot. Just waits for it, opens the face, and tried to hit it hard, uses the pace of the ball. Well, I was saying yesterday about the advertising boards, those there are too near. You need a good 3 or 4 yards just to allow the players to slow up.
Could have done some damage to the cameras as well. Cameras with the press photographers. But at the end of 36 overs now, it's 1. And he's pulled him away magnificently. Boundary. Good healthy average at 5.35 runs per over. They've got 8 wickets in hand, and after this over they'll have 12 overs, so they can really get about another 70-80 runs. And if they bat like that, probably 100 runs.
Well, it's short. There's no good Afridi looking. It was a lollipop ball, wasn't it?
Beautifully bowled, beautifully bowled. He's got this terrific delivery, which doesn't turn into the right-hander. but in fact it floats away. He's got many a batsman out, stumped or caught trying to go for the big hit, and he's got Carl Hooper out. He's a danger man.
Well, I'm a bit surprised Carl Hooper went across the line here. You see how he goes to the leg side, lovely stumping and great bowling, but he's such a good straight hitter, is Carl Hooper. I think he'll be disappointed with the actual shot. 217 for 3.
And with that man there in the middle, that is possible. Every likelihood that West Indies will go on to reach that magical figure of around 300. But if Pakistan can try and get rid of this man in the picture there, then certainly I think Pakistan will make sure that they don't get to that figure. But he's in top form, he's playing beautifully, he played some of the magnificent shots that we all know he's capable of, and that's Brian Lara at his best.
And in fact, in the last one-day international he played a very good innings of 70 against the South Africans in the Golden Jubilee tournament in Pakistan in November. That's a wonderful save. Superb effort down at the third man position. The umpire will ask for clarification as to whether the ball went over or not.
That was a clever shot from Phil Simmons, and every likelihood will probably get a boundary signal, because when the ball was in contact with the fielder, I think he was also in contact with the rope. But a brilliant effort there.
It looks as if it's going to be all for nothing. Umpire still waiting for it. Umpire BC Corey up there. Difficult to tell from that replay. And Akhtar Safraz, who was the fielder, wouldn't have quite known himself in that despairing dive. He wouldn't have known if he had even touched the rope. A real lunge. Now here's yes, he's hit the rope, so that'll be 4. He's got the ball under him, that's 4. But what an effort. All for nothing, but still, I think he should be congratulated for that despairing dive. 4 to Simmons.
And this is what the Pakistanis will have to really make sure. Phil Simmons, as we all know, is a big hitter as well, and with Brian Lara in full control at the other end.
On record, Lara's 169, boosted the West Indies to 337 for 7. Well, that really is an improvised stroke. He dragged that from way outside the off stump and gets 4 down to mid-wicket.
That 300, figure of 300 in mind, and here's the man, Brian Lara, who can get them to it.
In his hand, easy catch, Lara's gone. Azhar Mahmood. And Brian Lara struck it pretty well, but he picked out the fielder directly, and this time there was no mistake from the Pakistani fielder. Wonderful innings by Brian Lara, back to form.
And that's how he perished. Straight to Azhar Mahmood there, who made no mistake this time, and taking an easy catch, and that was the wicket waiting out there to Azhar Mahmood, who's delighted with that effort, because as we were saying, Brian Lara in that form, unstoppable he was.
Chandapol is in. Doesn't have any time ready to settle down. Just another 4 overs and a half to go. Sahara Cup tournament in Toronto back in September, when he used him always towards the end, sometimes to bowl his 10 out at the end. Never seems under pressure. That's a good blow. That's a magnificent strike by the powerful Phil Simmons. He is a very strong man. Ball. They know that in these good batting conditions, that even something in the region of 280 is reachable. Very fine leg glance. It's gone all the way. And the boundaries are the important thing here. So Chandapol gets the boundary.
He managed to put enough bat on it, and the fine leg fielder is pretty wide. And
that's a wonderful stroke. Got it away beautifully, Chandapol off the legs. 2 fours in succession. From 7, and the West Indies at 266 for 4. 2 overs remaining.
Catch it!
That's a huge hit. Long on's gone back. Amir Sohail is under it. Comfortable catch.
once again a good catch there by Amir Sohail, and not easy to hit. Saqlain Mushtaq once again proving that towards the end a spinner can come and bowl and prevent the batsman from scoring runs, and it is exactly that. It was a big hit, but the ball went very high in the air, and Saqlain Mushtaq deceiving the batsman, playing for the spin which was not there, and Amir Sohail, after waiting quite some time, taking a very well judged catch. Another important wicket for Pakistan. Will Simmons, 22 of 25.
Bang the ball all over the place, shatters the stumps, and Franklin Rose goes back, perhaps a little bit wiser, 271 for 6.
Familiar sight for Wasim Akram when he comes on to bowl towards the end, doesn't give the tail end is right on target, hitting the off stump, and West Indies 271 for 6.
So a big smile for Wasim Akram, 2 wickets in 2 balls. Little David Williams, the wicketkeeper, coming out in a situation which really is not made for him, and prodding the catch back to the bowler. So Wasim Akram on a hat-trick here in the last over of the innings.
And he has done that before on this ground. He has taken a hat-trick before, and Williams coming in at the fall of Franklin Rose, who was bowled by Wasim Akram. Deceived by the slower delivery, and Wasim Akram delighted with that, pleased with that performance, and the West Indies losing their 7th wicket in this form. And Williams, deceived by the slower delivery, giving an easy catch to Wasim Akram, and instead of picking up a few runs in the last over, West Indies losing 2 wickets in 2 balls, and Wasim Akram on a hat-trick.
So Wasim Akram on a hat-trick. He's done it before here in Sharjah. He's got Rose and David Williams, the successive balls, and now on a hat-trick. Pretty close, but umpire Corey won't give it to him. That wry smile from the Sri Lankan umpire says, no Wasim, not this time.
But what had happened is it stopped the batsman from taking a single, and I think outside the line, and that appeal was more to stop the batsman from taking the run than anything else. 3 deliveries gone in the last over, 2 wickets, no runs scored, and I'm sure that's exactly what the Pakistanis would have liked. Chandrapal at the other end, just a spectator. It's interesting to see how Chandrapal is going to use these 2 deliveries, and I'm sure even he would find it difficult.
Just out of reach. They'll pick up 2 here. Chandrapal probably will be satisfied. No, they'll come back for the 3rd. They won't. the last ball of the innings here. West Indies with a good total, but certainly one in these conditions which Pakistan can certainly get. Just out of reach of the fielder in at mid-wicket, coming up to the last ball now. And the West Indies, not to forget, are without Curtly Ambrose. Well, certainly should have tried for a second there. But they take the single, and the West Indies end their 50 overs at 275 for 7.
Well, that doesn't tell the whole story about Afridi. Not a great average, but he gets them very quickly. That's a misfield. It's a very good shot off the back foot. Not such a bad ball from the bowler. That could, and I think should have been stopped. Just buoyed up. Keeps the batsman, you know, struggling for runs. There's his strike rate I was talking about, 122 for 100 balls. Great shot. Well, that's a good over for Pakistan. 9 for no wicket. If somebody bowls well, you've got to have the common sense to play sensibly. Good shot. That wasn't such a bad ball. Terrific shot. No, he just picked it up off the hip. Maybe a couple of feet short of a normal length, and he picked it up beautifully.
Further see the fine leg down and the backward square leg inside the circle. Well, there goes our fury, Jeffrey. A wicket for the West Indies. That's why we haven't been captains.
Well, that was a 3-card trick, wasn't it? Bring the fine leg up. O'Hale saw the gap. He tried to whip it over fine leg. He got too much bat on it, and he went straight to the man behind backward square. Didn't really have to move, just take a couple of steps backward. I think he was trying to get that much finer, and he got it too square. Nice catch in the end, but that was a surprise move and a surprise wicket. 24 for 1.
Afridi plays a nice looking shot, square of the wicket, and he gets 2. And now he goes for Rose.
Well, he's decided that he's had enough. There was a chat between Anwar and Afridi at the end of the last over, where I think Anwar told him, come on now, you got to get on with it. That's why you've been sent out to open the innings. And he does it in style here. Down the track, full use of his arms, and hammering it over mid-on. Can be a very dangerous player, Shahid Afridi. He's a very good striker of a cricket ball.
That's a lovely shot through mid-wicket, beautifully timed, a risky one, and it's going to be 4. Consecutive 4s, and the crowd on their feet.
Well, Franklin Rose will not be happy with that delivery, neither would Courtney Walsh, because he's got just 3 men on the onside with a fine leg up in the circle, and what does he do? Air on the way.
And that's going to be 4 runs to the 3rd man boundary. And Afridi really cutting loose, and Rose under tremendous pressure here.
2 boundaries on the onside, 1 on the offside.
And that's another great shot, could be 6, and it is a magnificent shot over long on.
Big over that for Pakistan, 18 runs coming off that against the run of play.
And this is Saeed Anwar into the act, a lovely cover drive, but that will not go for 4, it'll slow up as the fielder gets to it. And that's 2 more for over. Down the wicket he goes, and that could be a 6. We'll have to wait and see for the signal, and it is a 6. Just over the boundary line, and that's where the fielder was at long off. He was removed, but that would have gone for 6 anyway.
It's outside the off stump, mid-off is up, as you can see there. And he's a powerful man, Afridi. Didn't quite time it. But he's such a strong man that he still went for 6.
And that's going to be another 4 down to long leg. And this man is cutting loose here.
A recent quick scoring by the Pakistanis. It certainly has been a barrage. Magnificent shot. It's even Stevens after 15 overs. Now Hooper. That's a big one. It's gone all the way. Shahid Afridi, who at the age of 17 had the fastest one-day international 100 in terms of balls faced, is showing exactly why.
This is a huge hit. He's used his feet beautifully, the off spinner, and he's hit it with the turn. There will be just a little bit of turn here, not too much, mind you, but he still used that little bit of turn, and that's a big hit. That's the reason why he's been sent to open the batting in recent times for Pakistan.
He's gone with it again. Won't go all the way this time.
The ball right in the middle of the bat, then towards the onside, he can hit the ball a long distance.
Down the ground, not quite carrying to Chandapol. But this is exciting stuff. It's a big crowd in this evening, and they've certainly been royally entertained by Afridi now, and in the West Indies innings by Brian Lara's 80-ball 88.
His head, but he backtracked very quickly too.
Taken second attempt. That's a good wicket. Lara knocks it up and pulls it in, and a wicket for Merv Dillon just when the Pakistanis looked as if they were going to decimate the attack. And what a wicket too. Saeed Anwar goes 91 for 2.
So long as the umpire is consistent, nobody's going to complain.
That's a fine stroke. And with it, Shahid Afridi has rushed to 50. Very good innings by this young man. What a dangerous batsman he is. 5 4s and 3 6s from just 39 deliveries.
But Courtney Walsh kept him quiet by bowling into his ribcage. But Dillon's inexperience showing, because he's not only bowled it short, but he's allowed him free movement of his arms.
That's gone. Up and away. So Paul Hooper again deposited over the boundary for another 6. Chandapol going back, but all he could do was watch it sail over his head. 20 overs gone, and Afridi's enjoying it. Pakistan 116 for 2.
Will give him the strike, but also at the same time, I'm sure Ijaz would tell him that it is crucial from Pakistan's point of view for Shahid to stay as long as possible. Beautifully placed. That was not an easy shot, that's for sure, because that was almost a Joker length, and Shahid was quick enough to pick it up, and not only he timed it well, but he also placed it to perfection.
Yes, taken on the full by Shahid Afridi. No problem with the placement here. Once he got it in the middle of the bat, 4 runs again for the taking. Back in this match. Important thing is to hang in. And he almost struck there. This is going to be close. Good sharp fielding by Lara. Afridi wanted the single. He was sent back. Lara quick to pick up the ball and throw it back to David Williams. He'll have to take another look, but this is going to be close.
Yes, and I think the way Lara threw that ball and the wicketkeeper reacted, one feels that Afridi is out of his ground. And
yes,
he certainly is. And it certainly is, and that is a crucial blow as far as Pakistan is concerned.
Well, Afridi is not even looking towards the pavilion, but he'll have to go. So sad end to a superb knock from him. And he'll be very, very disappointed with himself. Not the Kingfisher man, they're the sponsors of the West Indian cricket team. Afridi, after a blistering knock, 67. Inzamam has just come in.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's easy helping. Franklin Rose all over the place. I still think that is a boundary. Philo Wallace, in fact, he dived once, he dived again, and finally a boundary signal. A very good effort to stop it in the first place, and he goes after it again. And he dives again, or does he slip? That's 4 runs, no doubt about that.
These two most experienced players. Pakistan.
Ijaz Ahmed has been dismissed. A simple catch to Carl Hooper at mid-wicket. And Pakistan now looking to be in trouble.
Well, certainly they are, because although they have plenty of batting to come, but Rollo is doing the job. And Ijaz Ahmed unable to keep it down, giving a simple catch to mid-wicket, where Carl Hooper is delighted to accept it. Pakistan losing their 4th wicket for 130.
At all, but I don't think, if you notice, our bowling did very well too.
No!
Well, there's that no ball. He's picked it up very early and he's whacked it over mid-wicket for a 6. So new boy Sarfraz getting into the act. There is that no ball from Raul Lewis. And Clive, you must be very disappointed that a leg spinner, keeps bowling these no balls.
I think it's not only a leg spinner, any spinner for that matter, really. You know, here you had Carl Hooper bowling.
Prepare for an onslaught.
Oh, he's really laid into it, Sarfraz. He's picked it up well. That's a no ball. Mustn't be easy to captain a West Indian side now, particularly when they are not winning. It's easy to captain sides where you have everything ready. Good opening batsman, and that's a close one, and he's out. He's been declared out. The change of pace deceived him. Sarfraz right in front over there. No doubt in umpire Cyril Mitchley's mind at all.
Well, it'll be interesting to watch this. I think young Sarfraz thought he might have got a little inside nick on this. He plays back. Well, we couldn't see any big deviation. If it was an edge, it was a very fine one, and certainly from 100 yards away we can't hear that. Only the umpire can. 178 for Pak.
Still batting to come. They've really packed their batting this evening, Pakistan, and it may well prove decisive for them. Still Moin Khan, the keeper, and Azhar Mahmood to follow. Long way down. He's gone. Wonderful return. Inzamam gone with the return. Slack bit of cricket there by Pakistan, but a wonderful piece of fielding by Phil Simmons.
And that could be a decisive blow as far as Pakistan is concerned.
Come.
And I'm sure that's what their strategy is.
He's given him without the benefit of the replay. Cyril Mitchley, with a courageous decision, doesn't need the television to confirm that Moin Khan has been run out by another direct hit by the West Indies fielders.
And it is the direct hit that has done it, because Moin Khan taking that sharp single, and Cyril Mitchley in perfect position and making the right decision as well. A direct hit, and that's the end of Moin Khan.
Raul Lewis, who has had such a good evening, good catch, good spell, and now a run out. Moin Khan goes, run out for 8, 222 for 7.
Little spinners and seamers are bowling no balls, and now the captain. Or perhaps could forgive the captain a little bit, because he's quite a bit quicker than the others.
That's what they needed, the West Indies. They have to keep on taking wickets, and that's a vital blow. Azhar Mahmood, the man to go.
Well, that's a big wicket. He struck the ball cleanly, right in the meat of the bat, straight at the man. Bowl straight, let the batsman make mistakes. Couldn't get it over the top of mid-wicket. Oh, that's a big one for West Indies. 229 for 8. This could be out, this could be out. It is. Big wicket for West Indies is that. He hit it in the middle of the bat, did Wasim Akram, but that's a lovely catch. Straightforward, you might say, but under the pressure, the ball up in the sky a long time. They know to the West Indies have all rushed over there. That could be the death knell for Pakistan. 230 for 9. To get used to the pace and get in before he could smack Hooper out of the park. There it is, you see, another attempt, that's going to be out. He's got it. Yes, he's got it. Looked for a moment as if it wasn't going to carry, but that's it. West Indies have won. Michael Holding's jumping up and down in the commentary box. Even Clive Lloyd and teammates are delighted. 2 months in Pakistan with long faces. I bet they're glad they've come to Sharjah, Michael.
Definitely, Jeffrey. A change, well, the captain and the manager did say it. A change of country, different pitch, different competition, a different result.
Well, there's some good cricket there, but after Afridi, nobody went on and made a telling contribution. I thought the real crux of the innings came, not at the beginning, but when Simmons bowled later on. He tied down Inzimam. Safraz made a few good blows, but they just weren't able to get out of the straitjacket. They were strangled in the end. And a very good performance, basically, by the Pakistan batsman that put up the West Indies batsman that put up a big total, actually. It made it hard. I thought Walsh bowled really well early on. Great captain's performance. Carl Hooper got some stick, as he should do, bowling little lollipops. I thought Lewis bowled very